3, 2, 1.
This video brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Green Man Gaming, head down to the link below where you could get some great deals on video games, including this game. This game has a great deal going on. And this is Pegasus attempting to do a spin into retrograde position with my insane new hardware. I think if we're careful here, we can hit our periaps. If we're quick here, we can hit our periaps and actually do a... Oh, wait. No, you could tell it's been a while because I decided to go retrograde burn. What we need to do is the opposite of that and get us the hell away from this planet. It's time to go home, guys. Kerbal Space Program is, well, the world's changing. Let me just see. The world's changing and we need to leave this planet behind. Also, I desperately need a break because I've been reviewing Moonfall. I think that's out this weekend. I don't know. It depends on when this video goes up. Okay, so that's 200 meters per second burn. Not too bad. Not too bad. Provided that the engines are still reconfigured the way that we had them. As you can see, even with the new hardware, the clock still not very good. It's a little bit faster. No object in focus. Okay, I just needed to check to make sure. We're gonna try to fly home. I've tied everything down. I've repositioned the telescope so that it's centered, at least. So we don't gotta worry about the telescope, but I can't put that arm back where it needs to be. I can't do it. It's impossible to get the arm back into the center because I can't move that damn lamp. For some stupid reason, we can't move the lamp. Okay, we're at T plus 9, but we're going to go ahead and reconfigure here and burn anyway. This doesn't have to be, technically speaking, perfect, but it does have to be good. All right. Let's go ahead and give her some juice. Very nice. Let me just see our power here. Yeah, the power generation system can keep up just fine. Even this far away from the sun, we're still getting plenty of power. Who messaged me? Oh, it's an at everyone. Oh my god. It's an at everybody. I think we could give it a little bit more juice than this. We're not hauling a giant rover right now, so everything's totally fine. We don't have to worry about that wobbling off the top of the rocket. Our beautiful ship. This runs so much better. Like, the difference is night and day. Like, this is the first video we're recording with the new hardware. What? Hunter, that was ages and ages ago. I know. It's been a while since we did the Kerbal. Are we out of orbit yet? Almost. It's going very, very well, actually. The moment we're out of orbit, we're going to go ahead and just cut it. Very nice. Okay. Lower our speed back down. Very nice. Okay. We could go ahead, cancel that node, turn off SAS. This is looking good. This is looking good. Yeah. We're away from Snowball, our landing craft. And just going in here, giving it a bit of a check. EluCom will be on course soon. I'm actually going to go ahead and set an alarm for that. 65 days from now, we'll be out of Elu's sphere of influence. I'm going to go ahead and time accelerate us up to that day. So long, Elu. It's a lonely little ball out here, isn't it? Little ball of... blah. I was in the wrong thing. All right. See, EluCom has been insanely helpful in this. Like, if it wasn't for EluCom, we probably wouldn't have communication with Kerbin right now. Even then, EluCom is struggling pretty hard. EluCom might actually need to bounce off of JewelCom. And if the planets align as such, we might be able to bounce it off of Dunacom. Our communication network is getting better. Oh boy, that is taking a long time, isn't it? Once we're there, we can start figuring out our next maneuver. How the hell we're gonna get this thing back to Kerbin? We still have over half a tank of gas, so that's not a problem. That's perfectly fine. Why did time acceleration go back down to 50? Dunno. Okay. Next order of you know what? Let's figure this out first. How are we getting home? Maneuver planner. We need to do a transfer to another planet. Ideally, Kerbin. That's the docking autopilot. That does not help. Use regular Hohmann transfer. All right, fine. Hohmann transfer. Here we go. By impulsive. Hohmann transfer. At the optimum time. Where is the optimum time? Right the fuck now? Are you sure? Okay. Remain calm. It's not that we don't have enough fuel to do it, because we absolutely do. But we basically gotta burn retrograde, and we might actually hit... What's the closest approach to... Okay, it's like 10 million meters. We're not gonna hit the planet. The odds of hitting that tiny snowball are astronomically low. Literally astronomically. That's the meaning of that term. Okay. Fine. Bring us up to half throttle. This is gonna be a long burn. It actually expects us to burn for a minute and some odd seconds. Like we'll just fine tune it when we get close. Obviously. But it wanted me to burn now. Oh boy. I think that's the first time this has happened. I mean, I did say at the optimum time. And apparently the optimum time is right as we're getting out of orbit from Elu. Holy crap. Okay. I mean, like, it's not like we don't have the fuel for this. We absolutely do have the fuel for this. It's, that's no problem. The problem is I might have to do a few more burns after this just to make sure we're accurate. Damn it. I'm looking at, everything here. We already had everything strapped down. Like, we had the workshop strapped down and everything, and we might have to deorbit it now. How much science did we bring back, by the way? What's our science situation? We're at 0.857 science. I don't think we should run a magnetometer report right now. Magnetometer, or however you want to pronounce that. We do, however, need to clean out the science bay. Get everything sorted out. For some reason, it's not letting me run the experiment. Or do anything else for that matter. Probably because the engine's running. That's interesting. I would have thought that doing it while under acceleration would have been... Well, it would have been interesting. We would have gotten some interesting data out of that. Apparently not. Also, that thing that I said at the beginning of the episode about the game patching itself and reconfiguring my engines. Yeah, no, that wasn't the case. We're doing fine. We're doing just fine. I can't imagine how much sun you're getting. Apparently that is getting direct sunlight. Is this one? No, this one is blocked. Okay. This is definitely not the most efficient solar farm, but it is what it is. This is my interplanetary transport. It's not the prettiest ship, but this is the one that we built. This is the one that we have. I love this. I do love this ship. I genuinely adore this ship. It's a great ship. It gets us where we need to go. It carries all of our stuff. It does everything we need it to do. It's a beautiful ship. We don't always agree. Obviously, that's a given that we don't always agree. Sometimes it breaks itself. Sometimes it... like right now. Cut the engine. What are you doing? What are you doing? What just happened, actually? Cancel our node. Create. Must be in the same sphere of influence. Oh boy. Okay, so we can't use home and transfer. We need to advance transfer to another planet. Invalid orbit. Must be hyperbolic. Shit. What about the fine-tuning? What if we just fine-tune now? Fine-tune it to 200 kilometers. I don't get it. It didn't work. Hang on. Okay. So, small problem. We're gonna slingshot past Elu again. Take a bit, take very slight advantage of its gravity. I'm hoping after we go through Elu escape here in about 8 days. There's our periapse. Okay, maybe now we could get a new node going. Wait, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. Now it's letting me fine-tune the orbit. Okay. Thank God. What's the ETA on Elu come? It's set to intercept the planet here. We're doing our node in 24 days. Yeah, okay. Alright, this is the one that has to actually be accurate. Because if we miss this, we'll have to do 10 million more burns after this one. Boy, did that pop up? No, thank God. It's worth noting, as I'm recording this, Elden Ring just came out on Steam. And I'm very upset. And I already messed that up, actually, because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, remove all nodes, create another one. Burn now, apparently. Okay, fine. Fine. We're still above 10,000 meters per second delta V with this burn, so totally fine. Let's just make sure we're accurate this time. Because last time, the node completely screwed up. I think because we went into the sphere of influence of Elu. Pretty sure that's why. By the way, stop paying attention to this meter. This is what you need to be paying attention to. This is our fuel gauge, basically. This is all the fuel we have left. And that is accurate because the Pinnacle engine is the only, like, actual thrust system on this thing. Let's get this over with quickly because I want to go get food. I haven't actually eaten today. I just did all that Moonfall review stuff, and I did the, what was it? That other video, the Infinite Space video. I also have D&D later tonight, so we better hurry this video up. I got a couple hours on that, though, before I have to start worrying about that. About just under 3 hours before I gotta start worrying about that. We'll have enough time to get back to Kerbin. It's not that big of a deal. Just take it easy. We never put her in full throttle. We never put her in full throttle. We never Put the ship in full throttle. And there's another bastard playing Elden Ring. Despite the fact... Why do you people do this? Elden Ring is just going to be too hard. Oh, but Hunter, you say that, but you're trying to aim your ship and there's another fucking Elden Ring. Anyway, let me finish the joke. But Hunter, you say that, and yet here you are, trying to hit the target the size of a pinhead. Except definitely this needs to be more accurate than that. I'm doing electron microscope precision level work right here. Start lowering our speed. We need to make sure we thread the needle here. Threading of the needle. If we get it down to about 10, I'm gonna call it good. Here. Lower our thrust even more so that we could keep up with the target there. Projections are now well within acceptable parameters, but we're looking for perfection here. Go ahead and realign to our maneuver node. Easy now. We just need to reorient. We're still too far out for me to perfectly determine where our orbit resides. So that's going to take a minute. You know what else I just realized? How are we going to deorbit the workshop? I don't think we can. Not without an engine block on it. We'd have to bring an engine up here to deorbit it, unless we could do it on thruster blocks alone. Easy now. Easy. That's good. That's good. Stop right there. 0.1 is perfect. All right. We have fine-tuned our orbit. Our Kerbin periaps is... Trying to find it here. Let me zoom in. Kerbin encounter is in 4 years, 357 days, 5 hours. Our periaps is 300 million. We're going to have to do another fine-tune once we get down there. But other than that, yeah, we could call that a good maneuver right there. All right. Switching over to EluCom here. This is our next priority, is getting EluCom into orbit around Elu so that we can continue talking to it. Hopefully we have enough Delta V for this. We still don't get a great signal out here. I'll tell you what, though, we get an amazing fucking frame rate. Look at that. Not used to that. Okay. So, I guess the question is, who's getting where first? All right. Elu intercept in when? When are you getting there? Elu intercept in 1 year. Okay. So we'll focus on EluCom for now. Make sure Elu gets into a stable orbit. Gets down to the periaps, okay, which shouldn't take hopefully not too tremendously long. Yeah, no, not too tremendously long. It'll get the encounter 1 year, 177. It'll get the periaps at 1 year, 182. So just like a couple weeks for that. Then we'll circularize, test it out and leave it there. We should probably go ahead and extend this antenna as well. In fact, maybe just extend every antenna that we have. See if we could get... Actually, yeah, we are already getting a better signal. This is why we put like 10,000 antennas on this thing. Boost the signal. More. More. More power. Is this even helping? Signal strength is at 59%. What if we pointed it sunward? Give me the maneuvering system. Still at 59. Easy now. Reaction system will kick in if we, Here. Aim it at your nominal trajectory. No. Control from here. What are you targeting right now? Is the target Earth? No, the target is Elu. Try anti-target. I think 59% is the best we're going to get out of this thing. Unless we want to extend the HG55, which I will do now. Yeah, alright, yeah, that's giving us an additional 2% there. How about the DTSM-1? Nothing. Negligible addition to our signal strength. And once we get further out, it's just gonna get worse. Oh boy, okay. I'm gonna get that food. Okay, I got the food. We're closing in on our Elu intercept here. This is, with EluCom. Pegasus is on its way home, so don't worry about them. They're gonna be totally fine. Okay, here we go. Let me see where we are. We're at about 10 million meters out from it, which is not ideal, but that is the hand we have been dealt. So, let's hope once we aim retrograde here, we have enough fuel to put us into a stable orbit. I don't think we will. In fact, in the next... you know what? We're just gonna burn and hope for the best. Even if I have to burn out all the RCS thrusters, we're gonna make this work, I hope. Alright, periaps is in 25 seconds. Wait. No. Close. Cancel. There we go. Okay, 9 seconds. This is going to be a very aggressive burn. I don't know if it's going to work. This will give us at least 1,000 meters per second delta. It's working. We might actually be able to do it with this engine. We just might be able to do it with this engine. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Yeah! All right! Now I just gotta fine tune it. All right, give us a periapse of about a lot. Give us a periapse of about a lot. There we go. There is 5 meters per second of fuel left in this engine. 5 meters per second of fuel left. Oh, ooh. The Rhino is an insanely good vacuum engine. Like, not even unironically, this is a great vacuum engine. Wow. Okay. Now fire up the other engines. We need to get some distance away from the... There we go. That'll put us into a very, very low orbit, but... It should be fine. I just wanted to... I did it wrong. Hang on. Alright, yeah, just let's fall towards the planet there. I needed to get us away from the booster. Why do you have no control? Oh no. Alright, ship's in trouble. I have no control of the craft, even though we have direct communication with Kerbin. All I have is stability control. Alright, hang on. Time to do the scary thing. The scary thing is... I have to aim this manually now. This is the scary part. Because for some reason our SAS system stopped working. I think it was the advanced probe core on the main booster. Alright, I'm gonna have that be our apogee. And up here, we're going to burn again because I want us in a somewhat decent high orbit, because if we could get the antenna on that rover to pick up the signal from here, we're gonna want as much time as possible over that car. So we're going to put it about there, into a somewhat decently high orbit. About 300 to 569 kilometers. Almost 570. It's closer to 570 than 569. But with that, we could go ahead and give the rover a... We could give the rover a call, see what happens. See if we're bouncing off our comm satellite now. Holy crap, we left a big camp here. Yeah, we left a lot of scientific data here. Somehow we're still getting a comm signal, probably bouncing off of our... Yes. Of course it's bouncing off of that. Alright. The antenna's up. As long as we don't lower it, we should be fine here. Release the brakes. Let's see if... Yep. She's rolling. Okay. We have a car on Elu. This is sort of a side objective of the Odyssey project, which is we leave a 2-smart on every landable planet. And Elu has been claimed. With, broken flag. Hang on. The flag is broken. I need to fix that. I had to reinstall this game to fix... I don't remember what. It was something. Alright, zooming out. Alright, our operations there are now in order. We are set up around Elu. We're actually getting a better signal than I thought we would. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. On our way back, I'm gonna fiddle around with the tool shed, see if we can't, figure out a way to get that, either get that arm off or friggin' get it back into place. I'm gonna do that off camera though while we fly back to Kerbin. We should have enough fuel left to, actually we should have more than enough fuel left to do it. We should have more than enough fuel left to synchronize our orbit. Get back into an orbit around Kerbin, somewhere that the shuttle can reach, as well as the tanker. So yeah. See you then. Whenever we're back at Kerbin, I'll give you guys an update. Alright, it's been a very long time now, and we're coming inside the orbit of Drez. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off time acceleration here and begin that fine-tuning that I said we were gonna do. Okay, so that's in 54 days. It's a 1.5 meter per second burn, which is not a lot, but we're dealing with things on an astronomically large scale here, so it is what it is. We're also going to have to circularize once we actually get into an orbit. I hit the wrong button. That might affect the maneuver a tiny bit. This has to be accurate as hell. This is the one that has to be wicked accurate. If not, we have to do another one that has to be even more accurate. Because we kind of screwed up the original one. Yeah, I had this open. Just having a look inside at everybody while we were, flying. Them playing their 0G Dungeons and Dragons. You know, we have our own Dungeons and Dragons show now. You could watch it. It's not in 0G, but... It's not in 0G, but you could watch it. It'd be great. It'd be great if you watch that show, or at least listen to it. Like, that is a show that you can absolutely just, you know, listen to instead of watching the whole show. Nobody's gonna make you sit there and actually watch it. There are some episodes where, like, absolutely nothing happens. We've been doing that dungeon for a really long time, so obviously stuff has been happening, but you can just sit there and listen to it. It's totally fine. It's a good show. I love doing that show. It's a good show. I'm rambling because I'm trying to get us down to the point where I can start lowering the time accelerator. Here's good. Lower us to about, I don't know, a lot, I guess. Jesus. 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. Lower it. All right, this is going to be a very light burn. Chances are the crew's not even going to notice it. Okay. 15 minutes out, but it has to be perfect. We have a burn time of 0.1 seconds. Which means we're gonna have to very, very gently tap the throttle. Because this thing is a loose cannon. There's a lot of power built up in those engines. Shit. Easy, easy, easy. Shut it down. Okay. It's lost track of the maneuver. It has no idea where it went. Like the button grayed out. That means it lost track. It lost track of where we're supposed to be aiming the damn thing. Okay, our new periapsis is 76,000 meters, which is actually perfect. I'll take it. Okay. Back into the realm of time. Now my phone's going off. Who sent me a text message? Question still stands. Who sent me a text message? Alright, here we are. We're getting down close. I'm pleased to announce we just passed within the orbit of Duna, and we have direct communication with Kerbin. Absolutely direct. Signal is very strong. Very strong signal coming from Kerbin. We're actually gonna just a little bit pass inside the orbit of Kerbin here, just a little bit, just to get us caught up with it by a tiny bit, and that is what is going to give us our eventual intercept with our home planet. Coming up on periaps here. As you can see, we're gaining a lot of speed here. A lot of speed. Gonna want to start slowing down here pretty soon, actually. We have encounter in 15 days. And from there, it's gonna be a matter of getting us to slow the hell down. Because we have a lot of speed built up right now. This is not an ideal approach. We are going to speed past this thing at 12,300 meters per second. It's going to be insane. And right now, I think that our periaps has us. Actually, no, our periaps has us above the planet. Thank God. Okay. Wait, does it? Yes, it does. Okay. And we're gonna be like right just barely over the friggin' atmosphere, too. So, this is gonna be close. Okay, easy. This is gonna be rough. She's picked up a lot of speed. We basically just did a frickin' sun dive, almost. Doesn't help that we literally just plummeted ourselves towards the planet. We may want to start slowing down once we're inside the orbit of SATCOM A2. it's going to take us a long time to burn off all of this excess speed. Actually, we may want to consider burning just after periaps just to keep that intact. Because at this orbit, because at this close of a flyby, I'm kind of afraid we're gonna fall into the atmosphere. Okay. Amos retrograde. There is, however, another problem. Once again, more problems. Besides the frame rate, obviously the frame rate is a little bit of a problem. We will have no power on this side of the planet, which means we are going to be fully reliant on our array of radioisotope thermoelectric generators, of which we do have many. We do have many, but it's not going to be enough to keep the engines running. There's 8 of them on each strut here, and there's 8 of them at the tips there. The Pinnacle engine launched with a lot of power. Still not enough. I usually only use the radioisotope thermoelectric generators as a means of... Alright, start the burn. Take us up to half throttle. Alright, so... Looking at this, if I add a maneuver here, and we just burn nothing but retrograde... 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700. We do have orbit around 1,500 meters per second delta V. Okay, like, if we just burn off all of our excess speed right around... We'll go below 10,000, but that's totally fine. We have a lot of fuel. That's the thing about Pegasus, is it has a lot of fuel. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting us to actually do this well. Alright. Our next concern will be whether or not the power holds up. At least long enough for us to get into A orbit. Our next destination after this one is Moho. I've never been to Moho. Moho is the hardest planet to get to. Because with that one, we do basically have to make a sun dive, and we will have to make some modifications to Pegasus, a lot of them involving the tool shed, the workshop. At this point, I wonder which one is the nickname and which one is the actual name. The tool shed is the nickname, obviously. Tool shed. That was originally where the lander was gonna go. Yeah. I wanted it, like, in the middle so that I could tie it down at more points. But it would have had to have been way, way, way wider and way longer in order to do that. Like, basically, that right there would have been a hangar, which is wicked cool, but in the end, it didn't end up happening. That's a design that might go into the next ship, which is probably going to be named Unicorn or Daedalus. Which one was Daedalus? Daedalus, just, there's some record producer called Daedalus, and that's all I'm getting now. Here we go. Craftsman who had, yeah, he's the guy who built wings, and then his idiot son flew too close to the sun, and his wings melted. Not that that's even remotely possible, because actually the higher you go, the colder it gets, so it would have actually been better if he was at a higher altitude, so, using scientific fact and reason to try and, debunk all the Greek mythos and legends that were made up when banging rocks together was a, sound concept. uh... Alright, how much longer do we have to burn here? Because, this episode, this episode's at 50 minutes, so, we're getting a bit of a curve. Actually, yeah, it is starting to move now. Okay, good. And it's only going to move faster from here, so that's good. So let's bring her speed all the way down. We're at about a half tank here. Actually, we're below a half a tank. Our electric charge, however, is getting slightly concerning. I don't know if we're going to have enough electricity for this. Batteries are at 50%. Like, when my phone battery gets to 50%, I start getting concerned. I said, my new phone has not gone below, like, 60. Like, the battery on that thing is ridiculous. What is it at now? It's been as of now, this phone has been unplugged for 3 days, and it is at 73%. I just smacked it into the desk. It's good. It's a good battery. The new phone batteries are ridiculous. Absolute insanity. Insanity. Alright, it's 4 days to curb and escape. 5 days to curb and escape. Oh, yeah, see, now it's moving. Now it's really moving. Also, I think we're back in the sunlight now. Yes, we are. Our electric problems are over. Hey! And there's our circularization. Kinda. We're gonna need to burn at our apogee, because as of right now, we're gonna hit the planet. That's not too big of a problem. We can fix that easily. We actually got a Mun intercept right there. You see that? Once we're at apogee, we'll go ahead and circularize our orbit. We have 8,000 meters per second of fuel left. Enough to deorbit us and reorbit us, and then some. We would still have fuel left over after that. Absolutely insane fuel tank on this thing. Like, we traded in, like, pure raw power on those first two engines for just extreme efficiency. Absolutely insane levels of efficiency. The Xenon engine has gotten us way further than I ever thought we ever would. Bring us up to full throttle, please. We're going to bring our apogee down to, definitely below the Z map. the high orbit Z map. We could probably go ahead and just let it. Yeah, you know what? We'll make our adjustments there. Once we're at apogee, we'll go ahead and adjust our orbit around. All right, slow us down. Easy. Easy. This one we actually have to be careful, because if we screw this up, if I miss this, we slam into the ground. Or burn up in the atmosphere. And then slam into the ground with whatever's left. Which, given the size of this ship, might be a lot. This is a big ship. But it's not designed to go into an atmosphere. That's why we bring the landers. Even then, a lot of where we've been going hasn't had an atmosphere. We've been to the Mun, we've been to Dres, we've been to 2 of the Jewel Moons, and Elu. The only place we went with this thing with an atmosphere, really, is Duna. I feel like Duna, in terms of Kerbal Space Program, that has to be your first big goal, is getting to Duna. Like, your first priority, obviously, getting anywhere in Kerbal is getting to the Mun. Obviously, that has to be your first step. And then, your first big accomplishment has to be landing on Duna. Alright. Let's give her an orbit. Where do we want her? I'm thinking somewhere around here? Between... Yeah, okay, I got it. Let's go with 95,000 for our periaps. That's a good periaps. I'd say that's good, but we have the fuel to spare here. Alright, right around there. Let's start circularizing it. Bring us up to half throttle. Bring our apogee down to 95K. We're putting her through a lot more maneuvers today, but that's alright. She seems to be handling it well. On our way back in, I took another look at her strut arrangement. She's looking a lot better now. She's a lot more structurally stable. She's still gonna have trouble carrying landers, though. She always does. The ship is 31 years old, so problems are bound to come up with something this old. There are cars that don't last this long. In fact, there are cars designed not to last this long. Airplanes are being retired around this age. We have outlasted the International Space Station on this thing. The International Space Station hasn't lasted this long. Alright, start slowing her. Easy now. It's a 90K, 89, 88K. It's getting down there. Alright, right there is good. Engines off. Pegasus is home. All right. Now I gotta swap the crew out, get a new lander, and refuel the whole thing. We have a lot of work to do on this thing, actually. Coming